Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Oceans Reviews here today. So today I've got another Nicolas Cage review for you. And we're going to be talking about the film Adaptation. So I finally went ahead and watched this film. I promised I sort of was going to watch this film next. Took me a while to get around to it, but finally watched it today, and I'm giving you my first impressions straight off the brain to you. So my thoughts are pretty fresh on this movie. Pretty interesting movie. Really interesting concept, really interesting movie. There's a lot of layers to it. There's a lot that, that comes out of it. There's a lot that comes from it. There's a lot to talk about with this film. It's pretty extensive, the amount of information that you sort of take in when watching this film. To be honest, I thought it would have been more of your run-of-the-mill type, just laid-back flick that you just watch, but I felt like, no, there's really, I got a lot from this movie, and there was a lot of layers to it, and I had a lot more, after watching it, I've got a lot of questions, I think, and not really enough, and not a lot of answers, so I'll be interested to know what you guys think about this movie after I sort of talk about it, but essentially, I'll give you the main plot of this movie, and this movie's about this character, Charlie Kaufman, and he is a screenplay or a writer, and he's writing a script in the movie for this, it's an adaptation from this book that he's writing a script for to make a movie from it, and essentially, he's really struggling with it, and he hits a lot of roadblocks, and he's lacking sort of inspiration, and he can't really figure out what to do or how to sort of go about writing this screenplay, this script. He can't figure out how to write it, and he's really struggling with it. Along the way, he's got this twin brother. This brother is sort of like an accessory, almost like a supporting actor to him, which it's kind of weird. Obviously, I didn't even say this, but Nicolas Cage plays both of the brothers in this, the twin brothers. Nicolas Cage plays both of these guys, and which was kind of interesting to see them both on screen at the same time, kind of like that. It was a bit, I know it worked. I'll say that it was different, but I wouldn't say it was horrible or anything. It worked. It worked for me. I didn't really have a problem with it. I did enjoy it. But it sort of almost acted out as if maybe Charlie was the main character, and then this brother might have been a fictional character or an alter ego or an alter personality of him that's sort of made up in his head, maybe, or something like that. So that's what I got from that. Maybe correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know. What do you guys think of that? So essentially, he struggles to write this script, and then he goes and associates with the author that wrote the book that he's trying to base his script off of. And the movie goes from there, and it sort of takes a lot of twists and turns, and I didn't really expect it to go to this sharp, just 180 turn, to be honest. It took a huge turn, a huge 360, and I didn't expect it to go that way, to be honest. I mean, going into this film, I didn't really know what to expect, but it was just full on. It was good though. It was quite interesting. I felt like I could relate to the main character, Charlie, played by Nicolas Cage. I felt like I could relate to him as a person. Just struggling, just trying to figure something out, and just trying to make something work. I don't know. I felt like I could relate to him as a person, and I really enjoyed Nicolas Cage's performance in this. I feel like it was probably one of his best performances that I've seen him in, which is pretty good. That means this is a pretty good film, which it was, and I enjoyed it a lot. But I'm kind of confused that this movie is kind of like one of those movies where I feel like you guys would know what I'm talking about here, is when you go to the movies with a friend and then you see it and then you spend like an hour talking with that friend about said movie and just discussing about all the things and topics about it. This movie feels like one of those movies that you'd do that, like with said friend. You'd just completely like flesh it out in your minds and go through it in every aspect and talk about it. Because it's kind of interesting. It's sort of hard to explain. I don't know, in a way. I think maybe you guys might be able to shed some light on what I'm trying to talk about, or maybe like add more onto what I'm trying to get across. But I guess, I mean, obviously The Orchard Thief is, you know, a real book, right? I'd assume. And I mean, the real Charlie Kaufman was writing for that film. Like, he was writing to make a film based on that book, but then he just decided he couldn't do it, so he added his own little spin on it, and this is that movie, which is kind of weird. It's like almost like a true story in a sense, but there's a few like fictional aspects about it. I don't know, let me know if I'm right or wrong. I feel like, because I obviously, after watching this film, my brain was just like, you know, like, and I decided to do a bit of research just to try and figure out maybe a bit more. I mean, obviously I felt like it does deserve another rewatch to sort of fully understand what is going on, but yeah, let me know if I'm right or wrong. If, you know, pretty much the movie is based on Charlie, the writer for this film. He's a real life, he's the real life guy that wrote this film as well. And he's also a character in this film, and it's based on him trying to write for the book, but then he couldn't, because I guess he just lacked the inspiration, or like he didn't know what to do with it. I assume. I suppose. I guess that's what I got from it, at least. And then he went and decided to sort of add his own spin on it, and I guess the people, I guess the director just agreed, I suppose, to make the film, and everyone thought it was a good idea, and they went ahead with his idea to do that. So I don't know. What do you guys think about that? I feel like that's just way out of the ballpark. I don't know. I don't know if I'm right or wrong, or if I'm going on some random like rambling rant thing. I don't know if you guys understood any of that, but that's what I got from it. Upon like some more research, like sort of after watching the movie. But it was definitely an interesting watch. I'd say like everyone's performances were pretty good. You know, it was really good. It was really easy to get through. It was engaging. It was enjoyable. And Nicolas Cage's character was super relatable. Like, I just thought it was just really, he was just really relatable as he's like going through struggles, and he's just like a normal person. That's why you can relate. Just a normal person, like with everyday sort of struggles, and just doesn't have the answer straight away like all the other sort of main protagonists do in other movies. He just seemed like a normal person that's just struggling through everyday life, and I like that. I also like the aspect of when he'd sort of have the moments where he's having like conversations in his head, like about like just certain things or just whatever's going on. I thought that was a kind of like a cool little like aspect there. I really enjoyed some of those moments. But yeah, it was a great film. I really enjoyed this one, and I think you guys would love this film if you gave it a go. I'd like if you guys would shed maybe some more light on what you think, or my sort of take on it. If you guys would like to shed some more light on that and maybe add on to it, or maybe explain to me a bit more about what the movie's about. I feel like maybe some of you guys that have already seen it would be able to do that, because that'd be good. So yeah, that's Adaptation, and I'll see you guys in the next video. I think I'll be doing maybe The Wicker Man, because that's the last movie in my box set, my Nicolas Cage box set that I will be watching, and that one there. So yeah, Hope you guys enjoyed this sort of little review, sort of like just my thoughts, random thoughts about this movie. And yeah, leave a comment down below on what you think about this movie, if you've seen it or not. Maybe I might have piqued your interest to go and watch it, and then you can come back and comment down below and tell me what you think or what you got from it. Because I'd really like to know. This is sort of a really mind-bending kind of movie. I felt like it was for me. So yeah. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.